All right, today we are working on lesson 13. We're subtracting with renaming, which is regrouping. So if you've heard of regrouping, that would be renaming. And what it's showing us is that there's going to be a number in this top numerator that is too small for this number to take something away. So you can't take 7 out of 1 without getting into negative numbers, and we don't want to get into negative numbers. Cord out of the way. Okay, we're going to go ahead and start. So since we have like denominators, these are both 8s, we can leave those, which is very nice. But now we have the problem of 1 minus 7 isn't going to work, so we have to borrow. Just like regular subtraction, we're borrowing. This 2 becomes 1, and then one of these is going over here. So what he's getting is a whole. Okay? One of these wholes comes over here in fraction form. So 8/8 represents one whole because our denominator is 8. So now we go and we add up this set of fractions. So 1/8 plus 8/8 is 9/8. This one doesn't have to change, so it can just slide over. It can just slide over. So we now have 9/8 minus 7/8. Well, that gives us 2/8. So our fraction is done. Then we look at the whole number. 1 minus 1 is 0. So this just becomes 2/8. But we have to simplify. And in this case, 2 can go into 2 one time, and 2 can go into 8 4 times. So that is our answer. Okay. So since we know how to borrow from, you guys have been learning that, I think, since 1st or 2nd grade. So since you know how to do that, it's the same exact thing, but when you give, once you borrow and you give one over, it comes over in fraction form. Okay, so let's try the next one. And I would use binder paper or something so you have a lot of space. Give yourself some room to work. So we have 12 1/4 minus 5 2/3. So again, this one we're definitely going to need a matching denominator because these are not like fractions. So the multiples of 4 are 4, 8, 12, 15, and 12 is the smallest that both of these will go into. So I'm going to put a 12 here and a 12 here, just like we've been doing. 12 divided by 3 is 4, times 2 is 8. That one's done. Let's go to the top one. 12 divided by 4 is 3, times 1 is 3. So this is no longer our fraction. But here's where the problem arises, because now 3 minus 8 is not going to be able to happen. So I will borrow. He becomes 11 because 11 is 1 less than 12. He gives a whole number over here. And in this case, since the 12 is our denominator, 12/12 is a whole. The whole that he gave over. Oh, I did that wrong. Oh, yeah. Okay, I missed a step here. So he's going to give 12/8. Okay, I forgot to add them up. So 3 plus 12 is 15/12. All right, so now this is 15/12 because I had my original 3 plus the whole number makes 15/12. Okay, it's a lot of steps. We sometimes forget them when we have a lot of steps to do. All right, now here's my new fraction that we need to subtract. So 15 minus 8 is 7. Slide our denominator down. So we have 7/12. Plus, we have to not forget about our whole numbers here. 11 minus 5 is 6. 6 7/12 is our answer. Okay, I'm going to separate my work with a colored pencil because it starts to get really confusing and I like things to be a little more organized than this. So there we go. Now I can kind of see better that this goes there, this goes here. Okay, here we go. Let's try another one. We have 8 1/6 minus 3 5/6. They're very lucky we got the same denominator, so that's good. We don't have to get like fractions because there already are, but we can't do 1 minus 5, so we'll go ahead and borrow a whole. So this one drops down 1 and gives 1 over here. And a whole would be 6 sixes because 6 is our denominator. Okay, so now we have 1 6 plus 6 sixes equals 7 sixes. And I like to always put these arrows in here, just like with long division. My arrow shows me that I did something, so I don't forget and do it again or mess something up. So that's why this arrow is here. It's just showing that I slid this one over. Now we can subtract this. So 7 minus 5 is 2 with our denominator of 6. Then we go to our wholes. 7 minus 3 is 4. 4 and 2 sixes. And hopefully you're saying, oh, she's not done because I need to simplify. So the 4 can stay, but 2 will go into 2 and it will go into 6. So 2 goes into 2 once, 2 goes into 6 3 times. So my answer is 4 1/3. All right, now I'm going to do one of the ones from your paper here because I think this one is very tricky and I know it'll stump a couple of you. So we have 4 minus 1 1/8, but we don't have a fraction here. And so what we're going to do is borrow from the 4 and make it 1 less, and then make a fraction here. Okay, so the one that we borrowed just pops over and becomes 8/8 because this is our denominator. So now our new problem is 3 8/8 minus 1 1/8. Okay, so since they have like fractions, the same denominator, we can do 8 minus 1 is 7, and then 8 because that just slid down. 3 minus 1 is 2, and that becomes our fraction, 2 7/8. Okay, so try it over here and see how you do. And remember, you're really just borrowing from next door. Okay, so again, I took this and I borrowed 1 whole. This became 1 less, this became 1 more. All right, we'll be here if you need help.